Happy Sunday to you, everyone, and congratulations on officially making it through half of our course together. I hope that this finds you well and relaxing and resting on this beautiful Sunday. And I am happy to check in with a little preview on our upcoming week 5 together. So, this week, we have the pleasure of exploring the topics of intrinsic motivation and internalization, motivation and character development, and strategies for increasing character strength. And as part of our exploration this week, you are going to have the opportunity to read and reflect on Berkowitz chapters 14 through 16. And you'll also have a chance to specifically think a little bit more deeply about internalization. So the I in our primed model stands for intrinsic and also for internalization. Berkowitz wrote about the relocation of values from outside of the person to inside, as well as the shift from values as ideas proposed or even modeled by others to values that are actually personally held then within the individual. So for your DBQ this week, there are two parts to the prompt, and you'll be able to reply to both. Number one is, what is one strategy for encouraging and even assessing the internalization of value and character traits? Number two, what's an example from your own personal experience of the value of internalization? How was something modeled or explained to you, and how or when did that transfer from someone else's idea to a personal value that you hold dear? I am very excited to learn more about you this week through these reflections and to hear about your ideas. Do want to let you know that this week you do not have an assignment due on Sunday evening. So in terms of what you'll be submitting for class for this particular week, you'll just make sure to go ahead and submit your initial discussion board response by Thursday night at 11:59 p.m. as we typically do, as well as your two peer responses by Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. And this week, when you do have some spare time, you can go ahead and take a look at our upcoming signature assignment. So this is going to be a TED Talk outline and recording that, again, is not due this Sunday, but the following Sunday. So for this particular assignment, you're going to be writing an outline and recording a presentation on one of the following topics that you see listed below here: intrinsic motivation and internalization factors to encourage character development from the perspective of strategies for educators to use on a class-wide basis, or a focus on individual character strengths and strategies for helping students strengthen their own character and moral development, or role modeling as a necessary aspect of character education in the classroom and specific strategies for planning and assessing those benefits and outcomes. Or finally, digital citizenship as a year-long focus and goal in the classroom. So part one is going to ask you to research one of these four topics and create a detailed outline using the outline template that's linked into the instruction document that you see here. You're going to select download as a Microsoft Word document, rename and save that as a new file, and then you'll submit the file as part of your ultimate assignment submission. Please be sure to include citations in the outline when you plan to base a topic or subtopic on information from a source. That'll just help you make sure that you're honoring those original works. Part two, you're going to record a presentation on your topic following a typical TED Talk style. So a couple of pointers: go ahead and introduce yourself, establish your authority in terms of your education and experience. Feel free to use personal anecdotes when appropriate, humor to kind of lighten the mood. Feel free to just be personable and easygoing, and above all, stick to your outline to avoid going way under or over the time parameters of 7 to 10 minutes. And then part three, go ahead and add timestamps to your outline. This will allow me to follow along with your outline while watching your presentation. All right, so I hope that you have a wonderful time diving deeper into your topic of choice over the next 2 weeks. And just a friendly reminder, always take a look at our rubric, because that's going to set you up for success on that assignment. moving forward. And then finally, as we embark upon the week ahead, I want to invite you to join me in contemplating Romans 5, verses 3 through 5. Not only that, but we rejoice in our sufferings, knowing that suffering produces endurance, and endurance produces character, and character produces hope. And hope does not put us to shame because God's love has been poured into our hearts through the Holy Spirit who has been given to us. This passage in particular reminds me that whether I personally like it or not, God never promises me a life without suffering and struggle, but He does promise that He is going to be walking alongside me every single day as I work to provide that grit and that perseverance and that endurance. And not only that, but I don't have to provide that on my own strength. Rather, He provides me daily what I need to endure via the fruits of His Holy Spirit working in me. And so I just pray that that would give you hope and positivity as you move throughout this week, navigating the demands of this course with everything else going on in your busy lives. Please know, as always, that I am here cheering you on and I'm here to help you in any way possible. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Have a wonderful week.